Which maybe we should have it on. I should work on that. Yeah.
All right.
So is this number 6?
6 it is.
Number 6.
Yes.
Okay, so are we ready to roll?
I'm ready to rock.
Okay, it's a totally new setup. Doug, I think you need to be like that, right? Okay. All right. Hi, Doug.
Hi, Pete. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm really good.
Welcome back to Talk Story.
So, Doug, we're in a different spot today. What's going on? Can you run us through some of these incredible changes?
It is a changing world all around us, including in this room. Through going through these podcasts, we make adjustments. We make changes to help to show you the growth and development of what you can do on your own. So
it's totally unscripted, right? I mean, we're not. We're just kind of going as we're going.
Right, exactly. So we're making different changes to make it as best as we can. And so one of the changes we've made is we said goodbye to the couch. Goodbye.
Goodbye, couch. I was feeling really weird. Doug was like sitting on my lap.
I mean,
come on.
I was enjoying the couch.
Yeah.
I mean,
as you would. But no, it wasn't a good thing.
Whatever, okay? It was a nice couch. It was brown, and other things. But anyway, so the couch has been gone. A couple other things that we have made change to was that we made a wardrobe fix for Pete.
Did?
Yes. I don't know if you've seen in the previous podcast, but you could see a little bit of Pete's belly.
Button.
One of his button was undone on his shirt, so...
No, the belly button.
The belly button. Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah,
you can see your belly button.
Yeah, I apologize for that. If anybody was offended, it was not meant to be gratuitous belly button. Okay. And it was super early.
Yeah.
The problem was you wanted to do this thing at like 6:30 in the morning. It
was
crazy.
I mean, the early bird gets the video. So the other change that we made was putting titles on the introduction. So we figured, why call it episode 4, 5, 6 when nobody's going to know what that's talking about? So you need to put a title on there of what is it we're talking about.
So last time it was about prophecy. Mm-hmm. This time it's about bad singing.
No, it's sound.
Oh, sound. Okay.
That's beautiful singing. I'm just kidding. I have a terrible singing voice. But yes.
But there's more stuff that happened. We got rid of the couch. We have these really cool chairs that we usually use at our editing bay.
Yes.
And really, we're not going to stick with these, but for now they're good.
For now they work.
They're way better. I feel a lot more comfortable. You're not in my face. And then what else did we do, Doug?
We made a couple other changes with the lighting, with the background. And you tell me, what are the other changes?
We still have this fuzzy-wuzzy
shotgun
mic.
Oh.
And one day we want to do something a little different, but at least it's there. And we are shooting with 3 cameras. Oh, the camera location. We're trying to do a thing a little bit better. So now we've got a camera on me.
Yep.
A camera on
Doug.
And then the main camera with all 2 of us. I almost said all 3 of us. Because the one person you don't see is Allie, and she's
I thought you were going to say Jesus, because he's here with us.
Allie is not Jesus.
I'm not calling Allie Jesus. I'm saying, calling 3 of us like there's Jesus. Anyway.
Okay, here we go. So today, what are we talking about?
Today we're talking about sound, and you know what? Doing video editing and whatnot, I'm not a sound guy. There are a lot of things about sound that I don't understand, but I understand the value of sound and how important sound is.
Yeah, you always know when you don't have good sound.
Oh my gosh. It is so
it's
true.
too late. It's like, oh my gosh.
It is so true. I heard a guy say recently that sound is the puppet master of video.
But I heard one, and it's so true, that people will forgive you for bad video,
right?
But they will not forgive you for bad audio.
It's so true. Because if
and
you go in there
really
and you can't hear anything, or it's too it's pitchy, it's peaking. Oh man,
gosh,
it's almost like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, I can't watch this. So
right.
You turn it off. Yeah, it's really bad. Or you can't hear anything.
Exactly.
That's really worse.
There's some movies you watch once in a while, and there'll be a little bit of a flub where the audio dips a little bit, and they lose you. You were in the moment with them. You were lost in that moment, and then when that audio blip happens, boom, you're disconnected.
Yeah.
That's
weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a powerful thing, really.
Yeah, it really is. I've had some fun experiences with sound. Actually, you know what? That's the first thing I ever did. It's the one bit of school I actually completed. One of the cool things about it was there was a recording studio in Hollywood, right off of Hollywood and Vine, right in the middle of all of it.
Fun.
Yeah, it was a really cool place, but what was really hard is that they had this massive soundboard and all the knobs and whatnot, and it was all unmarked.
Oh my gosh.
And it wasn't really on purpose. I think it just got worn out. It was probably, the heyday of the 60s. But anyway, that's what we had to learn on. And the reason is our instructor wanted us to learn by listening as opposed to dialing, looking at numbers and whatnot. No, I want you to feel the sound. I want you to really experience it, to understand what you're doing. And it was really a great experience. Yeah, it was really good. But anyway, moving along, I got into film and video, and not too long ago, I did a short movie in Australia, and we were shooting in this restaurant that was kind of up high over the city streets, and we're shooting at night. So we mic'd them. There was 2 actors. It was just a guy and a girl. And they ended up having a fight. You know, they're 2 jewel thieves and all that. Maybe one day we'll all watch it. But anyway, it sounds crazy.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you saw it. Yeah. I'm sorry in advance. Anyway,
it was fun. I enjoyed it.
We shot it, and I started editing it, and the audio was driving me crazy. It was terrible. There was so much street noise, and also the actors were really struggling, and the girl sounded really kind of nasally, and I was like, oh, that's not who she is, you know, and it just kind of lost the whole vibe. So
interesting.
Fortunately, a friend of mine came to the table. His name was Dave Ulf, and he's an audio guy, and he basically pulled all the natural audio out and created new audio, and that, my friend, is called Foley. You know what Foley is?
I'm familiar with it, yeah. I was doing some of the kids stuff that I've made. It's full of it, you know, full of different, like a cartoon. It's almost like without the sound effects, and that's what it is, right? Foley is like sound effects, right?
Yeah, well, that and more. It's like redoing someone walking. So in that short film, the guy walks across this wooden deck, and they literally added the steps of the wooden decks. And you know, he puts a wine glass on a table,
so you
hear all of that.
Right.
Yeah, and it's perfect, and it just sounds so good because the natural sound of that place was just noisy.
That reminds me of like nature shows when it shows like a bear walking through the snow.
Yeah,
and
then you hear that crunchy noise.
And I saw a behind the scenes thing, and it's just people in a studio with like different materials to manufacture those sounds.
Yeah, so
oh my God, that's awesome!
Foley artists, I mean, I think I missed my calling. Wouldn't it be cool to be those guys? So they're watching the movie, and they're sitting there crunching plastic or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, Star Wars is a good one to think about. Like the noises that they have guys that go out and they go find industrial sounds. So when they tried to create the sound of the X-Wing or the TIE Fighter, what does that sound like? I don't know. There isn't such a thing. Let's make it up. So they're doing that kind of stuff, and they're adding. So that's one layer of all this stuff. You know, there's so much more. I remember seeing a behind-the-scenes thing with it was a dance/concert, and everybody's rocking out, the band's going, and there's a couple, and they're having this intimate conversation, right? That's impossible. How's that ever going to work?
Exactly.
So when you see the behind-the-scenes shot, you see all these people dancing and moving around, and the band's rocking out, and there's no sound. It's fully fake. They're just like doing this whole thing so that this couple could have this conversation.
That's so fun.
Right?
I love that.
And that's how they have to make film. That's to make it really work. I mean, if you really watch a film, you go, I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll sit there and think, how did they get that recording so good? They're in a jet plane or whatever, you know, and it's because it's all done in Foley.
Yeah.
And that's one aspect of it. And of course, there's much more. Oh, so getting back to when we shot our film, we did it super early in the morning, not on purpose, but it worked out perfectly because the girl in the part, her voice was so raspy and deep. It was perfect. It was exactly what we needed. It brought everything back to what I really wanted, the vision I had as a director, right?
So she voice-overed over herself.
So they're literally watching the video and they're like trying to say the same thing and say it right. And it was hard work. Wow. You know, but they got it down. It was really great.
We had to do that once with a call on the street.
Really?
When we were filming with the high school football. We recorded the audio. I think the wind was blowing really bad, and so the mic was. And so I multiple times, I have it memorized. Hello everyone, you're watching Call on the Street. Today we're here at Kaiser High School football, and I know it to the T because I had to do it over and over to match my.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. So you did the voiceover.
Yeah, over myself.
Yeah. That's great.
Oh my gosh! For a long time that was the only thing I could hear in my head. Hello everyone, welcome back to Call on the Street. Anyway, it was quite an adventure.
I mean, you know, and then of course there's sound effects that you lay over things, you know, that weren't there naturally. Like Doug.
Oh my gosh!
Hey,
do you feel that?
Dude.
What's happening?
It's an earthquake.
I'm so scared.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Cut. Right. That's our best acting. Now you know why we're behind the scenes. Great. Yeah, behind the camera. But you know, there's you want to knock it off? What's wrong with you, man? What'd you eat last night? Oh, Doug, man, come on. That's really nasty. Oh my gosh, look out! Oh! That was nuts.
You saved my life.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
And if it wasn't for those sound effects, I wouldn't think it was really happening.
Yeah, because when we're doing it right now and there's no sound effects, I feel like a total dork. This is crazy. So let's hope we can make this thing sound good.
Oh, no kidding.
But those are some simple examples, right? Did
Yeah.
you move? Because now you're going to be
I don't know. Here's hoping I didn't. You know, music. That's the other level. The next level of music, and for me, that is just so captivating. You watch a scene, especially like in a scary movie, without the music. Like imagine watching Jaws without the music. That famous, what was it, 2 notes, right? Da-na, da-na. That set the whole setup. It told you what kind of environment you're in. If the music had come into a scene is you're going, oh, this is gonna be nice. But it was, oh my gosh, what's happening? You can show the exact same visuals, different sounds, different music, and it'll set the tone totally different.
And these days, you got guys who are creating specific sounds. It's part of the music soundtrack, but it's just these noises that help, and it's like it can make things really ramp up, emotionally for you. That's what's the cool thing about doing sound.
And I look at when they're making the score, where they're making the music for the movie. It's not just a random song thrown in there. They're timing things at the perfect moment. When the bad guy comes out and then there's I love that stuff.
A friend of mine worked at the Disney studio, so I went to visit him for some reason, and he goes, oh, come here, check this out. So we went into the mixing studio. Basically, it was a movie theater that was empty. And in the middle of it, across, if you can imagine, the size of a movie theater.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a big, long desk, a bunch of people mixing whatever was on the screen. They were adding the music, they were doing all this stuff. It was just absolutely amazing to watch, And then, of course, if they're doing an orchestral thing, that's in another studio. And the director is watching, the composer, and they're all trying to make the music work together with the video or with the film. It's just amazing. And there's a lot of work with that, a lot of work.
A movie that is really notable, and I genuinely do not recommend it.
We never recommend. We do not recommend movies. But tell us about this one.
But I genuinely, for family friendliness, do not recommend this movie. But No Country for Old Men was remarkable.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think we've had this conversation.
No.
You haven't seen it. Or we haven't had the conversation.
No, we haven't had the conversation.
I'm pretty sure we
haven't
did.
Seen it.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this because I thought it was notable. Because No Country for Old Men did the whole movie with no music, but it's and it's a thriller. So, but it maintains the tension using different sound effects, not over the top, but different sound effects and different movements without the music. And I think it won some awards for being able to do that.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I seriously have never seen it. I'm going to have to watch it now.
On the flip side, the sound effects like here in Hawaii, the natural sounds we have in Hawaii, you talk about music being able to move you, because it really can.
Yeah.
You put the right music in the right scene and it's moving. But just the sound of the waves crashing on the beach, that sound in a video for me, it sets in the documentary that we were making about the Christian missionaries that came to Hawaii 200 years ago. That's how it opens up. Is you just hear waves lapping on the shore, and to me it just sets you at ease. That sound of the waves.
Some sort of tranquility about that.
It really is.
Going to the beach,
God's own orchestral movements. The rhythm of it, and it's a beautiful sound.
Yeah, we're blessed, to be here in Hawaii and to have that. It's really good. Yeah. Even so when I go out and photograph too, it's a great thing just to be at the beach and not just the lapping thing, but also when it's intense big waves. It just sounds
thunderous.
Yeah, it's like wow. It's so crazy, but I love it. It's so beautiful too at the same time.
It's so cool how God made us to take in through your ears and through your eyes, and how it can stir you in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And I heard somebody say, the way that a movie gets into you is through your eyes and through your ears.
Yeah.
And they work together to create a story, to create emotions, to evoke feelings, and it's a mysterious and awesome thing that God made us that way.
Yeah, it's great. Well, thanks, Doug. Really appreciate this time, and you know what? We just scratched the surface.
I know. Oh wait, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Do it again and again. I want to hear the sound.
Is that even in the? It's probably not even in the frame here. Let me just do this. Oh, excuse me. Okay. You know what? It's a guy thing. Sorry.
Oh
it's
my God!
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
It's so
like
bad.
a dork.
So, what do we want to end with?
We want to end with. Thank you for watching today.
All right. So anyway,
wasn't that nice? I was kind of
was-
impressed with
that's
myself.
You were supposed to do props. Okay, so we have this one prop.
Oh, yeah.
This is a little recorder that you can plug a lapel or lavalier mic on, or it has mics too. Yep. And you guys, we use this a lot here.
Yep.
I like
Yes.
using my wireless one because then you can just put the pack on somebody and be down the street. And
Which
you
is
can
very
record
nice.
them.
You're not stuck by a wire.
Yeah. Right, and we also have, this is really rare, we also have this camera. This is what we shoot with. It's the Blackmagic camera, and it has a big lens on it at the moment.
So beautiful.
It's so fun. It's really good.
This is a really nice camera, and actually I heard that the mics that are in this camera are actually exceptional.
Yeah, that's what I hear too, and I really do hear them. So yeah, it's really good. So anyway,
It's so silly.
if you are watching this on social media, we want you to please click the like button, and we want you to share this.
Which makes this sound.
Isn't it more like?
I thought it was more like a.
Maybe, but I think it might be more like. Okay.
All right.
And what else are we supposed to say? We're on YouTube, so please like us. So we're gonna do a podcast. We're hoping the next podcast we're gonna be doing it
Big Island.
over on the Big Island. Pray about that. Pray for that. I don't know if we'll be able to pull it off, but let's just give it a shot.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Why
let's do
not?
it. Yeah.
We'll see you when we see it, or we'll hear you when we. Bye, guys.